Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness. The time is now. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Turmoil Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a great day today and enjoying the weather. And right here in the great state of Ohio, it almost got up to 60 degrees. I was like, wait a minute, what? This is February. And so 60 degrees, wet, soggy, all that good stuff. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody is doing wonderful on Turmoil Tuesday. KK, good to see you. LT, welcome in. Welcome in. Sherry, good to see you. Grit and Grace, welcome. Teresa, good to see you. Oops is in the building. Good to see you as well. Gen 73, how are you? Hope you had a great day today. Skull, yeah. My man, my guy, my friend, Old Mutt is in the building. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you had a great day today. KP Heathen, good to see you. Scott Hummer, hope you had a great day today, bruh. Good to see you. Ed, there you go. Ed said, hey, prepping family, all is well in upstate New York, dealing with melting ice. Absolutely. We got melting ice, soggy ground, and wet everything. Ed, hope you and Tara are doing well. Billy, good to see you. Sherry, welcome in. My man, Pilgrim's in the building. RM 125 Hooligan, good evening. How are you? Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for stopping in. My man, my guy, sit back and relax. The time is now. My man, Devil Dog Preppers in the building. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you had a great day today. Oops, how are you? Good to see you. Rebecca Lynn, welcome in. Good to see you too. Good to see you too. Katrinka, how are you? Hope you had a great day today. Welcome. All my coffee heads out there, skull. We got a great show topic tonight, and we've got special guests with us tonight. One of my good friends, my brother, then I'll bring him up shortly. And we've been talking about this topic, and y'all ain't gonna believe it. Yeah, Jules, how are you? Good to see you. And everybody, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on Turmoil Tuesday. And it is turmoil see abound because man versus machine is growing faster than you think. Skynet's here, y'all. I don't know what we can do about it, but Skynet is here. I'm going to bring up our special guest. He may want to unmute his mic because he shows muted on my end. But folks, we have a special guest, my man, my guy, my brother, the one, the only Country Dreaming. Good to see you, my brother. How are you tonight?
I say good day, sir.
Good day. Good to see you. How are you? Everything good down there in the great state of Texas?
Man, I'm doing great and hoping to get better.
Absolutely. If you could, you may want to adjust your volume and turn it up just a tad bit, and we'll get
All
rolling.
right.
Holly Ives, good to see you. Welcome in, and everybody else that is coming. Loretta, how are you, family? PJ, good to see you. Welcome. All right. I think you're sounding better now, bruh. And we'll get started. So, y'all, check this out. And I've been following this for a minute, and I'm not sure how to address this other than Apple is trying to be the king of AI. Okay. We're going to talk about a couple of things that Apple's doing. DB Cooper, good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, Apple has currently 47 patents filed that deal with AI. And their latest one is Apple's AI Mind patent. Okay, y'all, pay attention to this. Their AI Mind patent is for AirPods that can detect brainwaves.
Mm,
The
mm,
patent,
mm.
that's crazy, isn't it? The patent describes a system that sensors that measure electrical activity in the brain, a process called electroencephalograph, or other words, EGG. As my man African or Country Dreaming says, Stephen King can't make this stuff up, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so here's how the patent works. It has electrodes. The AirPods have active electrodes in the tips in reference electrodes in the housing and the stem. Okay. There's sensor circuits in here that connects different subsets of electrodes to the sensor circuit to measure your bio signals. There's a processor that manages the switching of these sensors, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of technical mess. Basically, what Apple is claiming is the potential applications: health monitoring, cognitive training, fitness tracking, brain computer interfaces, or what they call BCIS. The system could enable new applications in this field. This patent has sparked discussions about implications of privacy, technology, and society as a whole. And we got more to talk about. But with that, what's your take on this, Country Dreaming?
My brother, thank you for having me up here. Is my volume okay now? I had to take my earbuds out.
Yeah, you may want to turn it up just a tad, but you're good.
I'm having some trouble. I got my volume as high as it can go.
Okay,
Would
you're
it be
good. We can hear you. You're good.
okay? I'm sorry about that. I might want to get closer to the mic. Is that better?
There you go.
Okay. Um, man, everything you just read and some of the conversations we have, brother,
Yeah,
is it's unsettling to say the least, and disturbing to say the most, and unpredictable to say something after that. Uh, we really do live in a poorly written, horrible sci-fi movie, it seems, and we are living through something that I've talked about at a multitude. You've joined me in some of these conversations. We witnessing some of the introduction of transhumanism, in my opinion,
yeah,
into everyday society. When you combine either mechanical or electronic or whatever type of components with the human biology, uh
mhm,
beyond, not that it's new, because pacemakers been around for, Vision a Young Man, pacemakers been around since before his time. but
exactly.
but here we are, when we start tapping into the human consciousness and the human brain, it's at a
Mhm.
whole nother level now, bro.
Exactly. Grit and Grace is asking, is this just for Apple products? Just for now. That patent I was talking about, Grit and Grace, is specifically for their new AirPods coming out. But we all know NVIDIA is embedding AI in all of their computer chips, processors for all computers. You've got tons of other stuff. Um, yeah, but even what is it? The iPhone 16
Mm-hmm.
has
Mm-hmm.
AI built into it. And as of right now, they're giving you the option, and I'm doing air quotes for those listening, the option to turn on this AI feature. And like you said in our conversation, I call BS on it because I think they can turn it on, um, or it just stays on without any intervention whatsoever, allegedly. I don't know for a fact, but right now,
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly they're saying you can turn it on and off in the new iPhone 16. Little Lone Prepper, welcome in. Indy, Independent Mini United. Good to see you, sis. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day today. The Prepping Artist, welcome in. PJ, welcome in. Paul Conroy, Senior, good to see you. How are you? Hope you had a great day. Loretta, good to see you, family. Welcome in. Welcome in. But, you know, AI and being in the tech industry, I see good and bad uses of AI, but the more I think about it, the more I'm leaning towards AI is not going to be good for us in the long run. Just like a lot of other things that they said are good for us and will move mankind forward, which it didn't. So I'm really taken back by this. Now, everybody should be on their P's and Q's. I don't use Apple products, but that doesn't mean that there isn't AI embedded in other products, present and or future, which it's coming, y'all. This is a train we can't stop. The only way to stop it is not to use it. And, the book I read, eventually, either you're going to do it or you won't be able to have goods and services, plain and simple. So that's why we talk about being self sufficient and self sustainable. I'll let you share some thoughts, country, and we'll
uh
move on to the next
yeah.
topic.
uh Man, everything you said, you pretty much summed it up. It's kind of like a, um I won't say crippling or debilitating, but again, man, it's just real sobering, because I agree with you on the point that it's not something that you stop. I don't think there's an evolution to this, that again, while we may feel the way we feel, there are literally tens of millions of people who eagerly and desperately await the next device
Yeah.
or the next whatever in evolution, be anything from a hand implant to a brain chip to a stuff that we would never want in or attached to our bodies. There are people eager for it and are willing to share and involves all aspects of their bodies with doing so. So it's an uphill battle. We really living off of preservation, in my opinion, at this juncture, because all of this technology already exists. It's the fact that it's being introduced into society at this. It's like, here it is now. But
Yeah.
um, if you and I were building race cars, we wouldn't show up to the racetrack with the parts and put the car together there. We would
Mhm.
pre-assemble our concept, make sure it works, and then go to the racetrack with it. That's the same thing that's happening now, in my opinion.
Right. Exactly. And y'all, Apple is not stopping there. I'm going to play a clip here, and I hope everybody will be able to hear it. That was shared with me, and it's pretty disturbing. Apple Intelligence. So let me start this over, and hopefully y'all can hear it. Apple has announced that it will spend $500 billion over the next 4 years to expand its operations and facilities in the United States. Part of their plan includes a 250,000 square foot AI server manufacturing facility in Houston. That will have servers for Apple Intelligence, its AI personal assistant for iPhone, iPad, and Mac computers. That facility is expected to open next year. Apple has. So, did y'all hear that, first of all? And if you didn't, we will play it again. But Apple is building AI based server farms all over the country. This is unprecedented. And country, I'm gonna let you explain more of this and where they plan on expanding this. First of all, folks, is it 500 million or 500 billion that they plan on spending, country? You muted yourself. Announced that it will spend Apple has announced.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play this Apple again while you try to unmute yourself. $500 billion over the next 4 years to expand its operations and facilities in the United States. Part of their plan includes a 250,000 square foot AI server manufacturing facility in Houston. That will have servers for Apple Intelligence, its AI personal assistant for iPhone, iPad, and Mac computers. That facility is expected to open next year. Apple has announced. There you go. $500 billion. Right, Scott?
Sorry about that, brother. I had a couple things going on.
You're fine. No problem. I'm going to Country Hustle 101. Good evening. Good to see you. So expand on this AI server farm that Apple's building.
Oh, okay. A lot of it. I could start anywhere, man. One of the bigger points is there's a lot of. It's not limited to the South, but there are multi-billion-dollar facilities being built between some of the larger. You use your own imagination. Some of the larger tech companies. VP already mentioned Apple, which is one of those, from Louisiana to Texas to some rural areas of the Midwest. No surprise for California, but even New Mexico, which has a lot of barren and desolate desert land. One of my questions to him, to you, was, because you way more tech savvy than I am,
Yeah.
by trade and by knowledge base, and I just couldn't help but wonder, uh, what do you need that level of output for? What you need, like what are you getting ready to determine and dictate and control with that immense amount of capability? Y'all, when we talking about acres on acres on acres of servers, for one, it take a lot to power. For two, it can also power a lot. And I think this is the unfolding of what seems so far removed for many of us in my age bracket, but it's here now, baby. A
Yeah,
lot of autonomous vehicles, a lot of autonomy amongst some of the most sophisticated computer systems. I just think is we living in some real interesting times, and I think we're gonna get to see it all unfold. And we, at the end of it all, will remember the world that once was. But one thing Vision said when we was the conversation we have about that, he like, man, Skynet here, ain't it? Like Skynet really here. But yeah, I'm gonna land right there. But wow, bro.
yeah. 500 billion. And of course, the conglomerate, the AI alliance between SoftBank, Oracle, and OpenAI, that, they also want a $500 billion server farm. So you got all these companies starting to so, and I'm doing air quotes, it looks as if they're competing against each other to get these server farms built. What
Yeah,
if, what if
yeah.
that is their premise, and then all of a sudden, all of these get linked together and they begin doing quantum computing? And I'm not even going to get into quantum computing. You can Google it, learn about it. Those that know it, that's what scares me.
Right, right.
And so, this facility that the clip says they're building in Houston, Texas. Now, they're also building facilities, if I'm not mistaken, country, correct me, in Louisiana and Mississippi as well, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's three AI exclusive server farms that Apple is building. Three at the tune of 500 billion each. Y'all,
Mm, mm.
I at that point in the game, I don't even want to start using electronics anymore.
Right, right.
Yeah, I freeze dry guy. I agree with you. You're right. AI could actually be an improvement for some, especially in the medical industry and all of that. Having gone through TSA recently scares me witnessing the stupidity of some people I had to stand in line with. Some need all the help they can get. Correct. I'm with you. Yeah, exactly, Happy Mac. Quantum computing is crazy. Yeah. But here's the thing, y'all. Even if they do quantum computing, that still is not faster than the computer between your ears. Can you imagine that? Quantum computing is crazy, but it's still not as
Very.
fast as the human brain. But I digress. But
Well,
these
you know,
server farms. Go ahead, bruh. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, man, that's the kind of eerie part about it is, and not like you said, we ain't gonna go too deep into that, but the whole idea and concept of quantum computing is basically trying to mimic what a consciousness and or a soul is for us humans. In computer form. It's literally that with this abstract capability to do some other things that maybe we can't even do ourselves. Of course, you have computation capabilities that may exceed the average human, but you also giving it reasoning. But you giving it reasoning that's still initially programmed until it get to a point where it decides it knows what's best for itself. And out of every weird sci-fi movie, and I know I keep bringing that up, I've never seen one where any advanced technology hadn't decided that we the problem, that the
Right.
world is the way it is because of us. And I don't know what that means to anybody else who out here listening, but uh it's a little disturbing to me. I'm looking like, I might be an old man having a tussle with some of these issues when humanity and the bots that be have decided, we don't need people no more, and we gonna start with the old ones. Just
Yeah,
some food for thought.
exactly. And so Lady Spa says, and they don't have any money to solve people experiencing homelessness or orphanage and food shortages in America. Correct. I'm with you. But yet they're going to pledge $500 billion for one AI server farm. The priorities are jacked up. Professor Matt Chad, welcome in, and everybody else that joined us tonight for Turmoil Tuesday. Y'all are awesome and y'all rock. Tara, good to see you. Hope everything is going well with you and Ed. But that's the thing. I'm gonna put it out here. Spending money to end homelessness and to feed people and to take care of the babies and all of that, there's no money in that. They can't make no money doing that. So they're not going to solve our problems because they're in the business to make money,
Right,
which is as stupid as it gets because without us there is nothing.
right.
Yeah. Um but my thing is with this AI technology, I can't think of the gentleman who started OpenAI. He even said AI could be very, 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 very dangerous, very dangerous. And the
Hmm.
question is, who's the gatekeeper watching the gatekeeper watching the gatekeeper when it comes to AI?
Yeah,
I I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know.
That's a great question. Who codes what entity oversees the entity that oversees the entity, everything you just said. I was uh i was actually looking at, I don't think it was necessarily in Baltimore, but somewhere up there in Maryland. There was a uh there was a video of a gentleman who lives in a reasonable complex. It looks
Yeah.
like a complex of townhomes that may or may not be gated. I don't think they
Hmm.
have physical security anymore. They have hired a robot, a robotic element to be
Wow.
the purveyor of safety for a whole area of townhomes. And I mean, it seems like everybody's kind of okay with it or whatnot. Uh, I just, it's getting real Jetsony around here, man. It's getting real, real
Exactly.
Jetsony.
Yes. I agree with you because sooner or later it's going to be in everything electronic, and by then it's going to be too late, y'all. We know how this movie plays out,
Hmm.
and I all I'm saying is I'm just trying to bring y'all the information to be aware. Ascentine 85, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. My man Dan H, good to see you, bruh. Hope you're doing well. Um, but honestly, I don't have a good feeling about this in the long run. especially with, well, I don't care. They can demonetize it if they want. Especially with all of the mRNA in
Mm,
the things that they want to put into your body or our bodies. You can call me
mm-hmm.
conspiracy theorist if you want, but I'm ready to turn off the electronics. There will come a time where I'll say, nope, they're done, goodbye, and they will be banned in my house. Period. Um, but keep an eye on this, folks, because you know, Apple. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying who's regulating all this mess. That's what I want to
Well,
know.
speaking of that, bro, I have a question of Vision, if you don't mind. By the way, hello to everybody in the chat, everybody that spoke. If I haven't spoke directly, it's a lot of y'all. So hello to everyone from Shad to uh, uh, Country Hustle to every Astatine, everybody who came in. Hello, hello. I see y'all. Thank y'all for speaking. I want to ask you this, bro. The
Yeah.
more I think about it, some people have had unfortunate circumstances in life. Some people have had foreclosures. Some people have had vehicle repossessions. Well,
Mhm.
some of these advancement, what if it really turns into a society or an existence where uh let's say you down and out, but you just didn't have enough credits this month or this week, so the liver repo man come a looking for you. Or
Yeah.
what if you have some form of bionic uh limb that gave you some normalcy in life, but it cost, I don't know, in 2058 or 2070 or something, it costs you 20,000 credits a month, and you just don't have 20. So what? They gonna come repo your liver or your arm or your bionic eye? Or it sounds far-fetched, but you keep living long enough, how many of y'all done seen some things you ain't think you were gonna see happen in 20 over the last couple of years that's done made you clutch your pearls?
Exactly. And Ford has already filed a patent for AI that they can shut the vehicle down. Period. So
Oh yeah.
the repo man knows where it is, and they just come get it.
Mm-hmm. Or like Shad just said, Vision in the
Yeah.
chat. What if they make the car just come back to them?
Yeah. Back to
you
wherever
know
you bought it from.
exactly. That's where we really at, man. The amount of software that is allowed to be in vehicles. Look, again, I always want at least one something that got a carburetor in it,
Yep.
but where we at now, I mean, you don't make your payments like you were alluding to, or if this happens or that happens. Yeah, well, you know what? You 2 months behind, and this is something else that's happening. I have a friend that's a follower on one of my other channels. He's in the repo industry, repo business.
Hmm.
What used to be 3 months, what people still sometimes think is 3 months. Now, bro, it's 30 days. Anytime past that 30 days, they have the possibility and legally can pursue you the same way they could if it was 90 days or 4 months or 5 months or whatever. So
Right.
I mean, for me, the writing on the wall, but we all see things differently.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yardbird said all new vehicles are already wired for autonomous driving. Yeah. And speaking of
Hmm.
autonomous driving, I'm gonna play this other clip for y'all. And when I saw this, I was like, okay, I'm done. So listen to this.
The future the Jetsons predicted isn't too far off after all. ALEF, a Northern California-based aviation company, showed off its flying car at the Silicon Valley Auto Show this past weekend. Boy, look at that. The car is 100% electric. The company says they ran a successful test flight in a city this month and have nearly 3,000 pre-orders. One more function which none of the cars here have. It can actually vertically take off and fly forward. The car costs a steep $300,000. Production is set to begin at the end of this year or early 2026 if all goes according to plan.
Okay, y'all. George and Judy Jetson have just landed. There is a company in Silicon Valley that has a flying car to the tune of $300,000. And so, do you need a pilot's license, driver's license? What are we doing here? This is a concept, and I wish y'all could see the video. The video actually shows the vehicle taking off vertically and flying. The wheels retract once it's in the air, and it takes off. I'm done. Anarchy Television, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us tonight. But y'all, technology is so far advanced, and I've always said this. What they're showing us is probably 3 to 4 generations behind what they actually have.
Absolutely. At minimum. At minimum. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is going to be an interesting world in the next 10 years. I'd even say 5, but I'm gonna give it 10. And at that stage of the game, I'll be old enough to really say I'm old enough to do whatever I want and don't care.
Right.
So,
Well, you
you
keep
know.
living, you get as old as me, you'll be there already.
This man
Oh,
still says he's older than me. I don't believe it, and I need to see the receipts. Yeah,
well, I'll provide them next time I see you. I'll show you. I'll whip out the license and say, hey, look here. You know, you see this 1943 on there. You'll be like, yeah, you are that old.
1943. So were you in World War II?
I was around. I knew some people. I knew some people.
Again,
But
y'all, Stephen King couldn't make this stuff up.
can't make it up, man.
Mm-mm.
I'm you know, I really appreciate conversations like this, and especially the ones we have, because it affords the opportunity to, not for one, to not feel alone, for two, to know another human sees what you see transpiring, and for three, like there's no cutoff in sight. There is no cutoff in sight. I don't want
Yeah,
to name too many companies or too many countries on your live in particular, but I do want to say this. It's deeper than just the exchange of goods from one country to another, as to why we don't have Huawei phones over here and other forms of technology. There are places that exist on this country, I mean, on this planet, where you know, holographic communication is starting to become commonplace.
yeah,
They literally use a hologram the same way we thought, like, wow, that's, you know, the old G.I. Joe or Star Trek. You open your
right.
phone and you see the person, and it's like that stuff already exists. And again, man, it's still generations behind. I don't think anybody with the ability has ever developed something and then spent years in development and then dropped their Gen 6 right off the bat. No, you drop Gen 1 to introduce it into society, and then you also have the accommodation of a lot of psychological variations and responses. Who resist, who's eager for it, What does it do to cultures? Does it change culture? Does it all of these different factors? So it's phased in, and it's crazy to be alive right now, where everything between uh acres of infrastructure being set in place for what is inevitable AI
Yeah.
running everything,
Yes.
combined with flying cars, yet planes can't stay in the sky. You just can't make this. It's almost like somebody's giving up on one technology in anticipation of the other. But I'm gonna land right there, bro.
Yeah. Michael Wolf said, yeah, you need both pilot license and driver's license. Yeah. And that's the thing. And for me, y'all, with these massive AI server farms, how what technology are they going to use to power them?
Come on, man.
What
Come on, bro.
I dare drop the nuclear fusion word. Uh, there is not enough land to build solar farms. Wind turbines are a freaking disaster. Yeah, Anarchy TV. Yeah, Project Stargate, same thing. $500 billion, $500 billion. Um, and they're gonna power all this by forcing something else down our throat, and it just isn't gonna be good in the long run. Period. I don't care where you are with technology. It has its good and its bad. But while you're trying to, while you're building all of this, how about taking care of the people? Yeah, JD, welcome in, and thank you for that. I appreciate that. Uh, y'all, I'm telling you, AI is way more advanced than what they're letting us know. Yeah, exactly. Yardbirds takes an awful lot of water to cool this stuff because it gets heated in a server room. That's why the temperature is always down for anybody that's ever worked in or walked in a server room. It's cold in there.
Yes, sir.
Jennifer Ocean, welcome in. Good to see you. I got your email. I'm going to reply to you for that. Tammy Harder, welcome in. Good to see you. But y'all, don't slip. Don't slip on what you're doing, and don't let this AI topic. I'm not going to say scare you, but don't let it uh, fool you. I'll say that. Don't let it fool you. And I got a whole lot to say, and I'm going to save it for the fireside chat at Bug Out Weekend because
Outstanding.
I just will. And by the way, for those of y'all that haven't registered for Bug Out Weekend, please do so. It is open. The CPR class is still open. I think we have 14 people signed up for the CPR class. Um, and if you're concerned about your budget and the $30 for the class, this is all I'm gonna say to you folks. Sign up anyway. That's all I'm gonna say. But Bug Out Weekend 2025, May 15th through the 18th, is going to be amazing, y'all. We've got 64 people registered so far, and it's only February. I'm I would love to see 100 people there. But we're gonna have a good time. Katrinka, have a good evening. Thank you for coming in. Please smash that like button on your way out. And folks, do me a favor because YT hates us. Smash the like button, share it out, and at the end of the live stream, come back and leave a comment. Just put in the comment, "Go Buckeyes." That's all you got to do. Yeah. But the Four Horsemen ride
Man, I
tonight,
love
y'all.
everything you said except that part.
Whatever, man. We took care of y'all. Don't hate the player. Hate the game, bruh. Hate the game. Don't hate the players.
Okay, okay,
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
okay, okay.
The Four Horsemen ride tonight on Hudson Valley Prepping and Survivals channel at 7:45. That's right. Tell them, KK. OHIO. That's right. See, all my Ohio family. That's right. National champions. The Ohio State Buckeyes. Yes, there you go. Right there. Thank you very much. I tried to tell you, but you didn't want to hear it from me, African Dreaming. So I just left it alone and just let the proof be in the pudding. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah. Okay, yeah. We know, we know.
Yeah, but bug out weekend, y'all,
I'm
is
still
going to
I'm
be
still
amazing.
proud of my Longhorns.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. XNYC, what
Yeah,
would you say, bro?
I
Sign
think
me up.
what
You're in. Sign you up for what? The CPR class? You can register for that. It's the link right under the registration for the bug out weekend. Could one of my amazing moderators, if you so nicely could be, drop the link for the registration, and then I'm gonna see if I can get to it also, and see who gets there first. Yeah. But anyway, AI. Give what else are your thoughts on the coming AI stuff? Country dreaming.
I think it's all unpredictable, bro. I really do. I really think that it's just one of these evolutions of humanity, and we happen to be alive to witness it. I think it is unpredictable in the sense that you never know who may have ultimate control or what they will or won't do with these technologies. But at the same time, we as went from horse and buggy to the Model T and other
Hmm.
models, and then come the Dodge Brothers, and you know, uh, the expansion of air travel and aviation and other modes of transportation, and went from just sitting around juke joints to actually having phonographs and record players, in homes. So
Right.
I think all tech now, there are people who really l- legitimately thought that even some of the first photographs would capture their spirit, so they refused to ever be photographed. They would be painted, but they didn't want to be photographed.
Right.
It's uh it's just a it's just a crazy time to be alive. But the immersion of man with technology in the way and the pace that it's going,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna flip a lot of people upside down, and it's literally gonna change everything we know. Because I'll give an example. This is just some food for thought if you want to touch on this. Let's say whether it's a public school or private school system, for those who can afford it and be have a higher aptitude, be more advanced, right? What how do you have a fair and balanced educational system if and when one student has the finances and resources to either have a chip or some form of advancement, and everybody else just got to remember they ABCs and one, two, threes? It sounds a bit far fetched, but these are some of the issues that I think humanity gonna face in the coming years. What say you, sir?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like we were talking today, you were talking about, AI is now so advanced that these college professors cannot determine if AI wrote these students' papers or if they actually wrote them.
Right,
That in itself
right.
is a tragedy. So
Mm-hmm.
again, it's going to cycle right back to the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
And it's all going to be based on what you can afford to have done, which
Right.
then will introduce transhumanism. Are you going to take that chip? You're going to get that chip, that implant, so you can get a job? Yeah, I'll pass on that. And thank you very much.
Well, you know something else, man? I think before it's all said and done, before things resolve themselves one way or another,
Hmm.
like you said, the have and have nots, I think it's gonna be so intense that we'll basically be revisiting feudalism again. Uh
Yeah,
because it's gonna be so extreme. I don't think it's gonna necessarily be limited to race or gender or even ethnicity, but I do think that uh feudalism will rear its ugly head again, and some of us, as our land is stripped, as our homes are stripped, we'll find ourselves uh asking, can we take one of the king's deers, or take one of the king's turnips, type stuff
yeah.
again. um yeah, pretty intense.
I'm with you, KK. I'm a have not, want not. Yeah, when it comes to AI and chips and humanism, transhumanism, I want no parts of that whatsoever. No how, no way. And
Right.
that's a hill. Like I think it's Little Lone Prepper said, that's a hill I'm ready to die. I will die on. Not gonna
Hmm.
happen. It. I pray it doesn't come down to that, but unfortunately, in time, that's what it's going to come down to, y'all.
Hmm.
And it's going to look way different than what we're currently seeing and hearing. Turning Guns, good to see you. Yes,
Welcome on.
exactly. Turning Guns. Turning Guns said, I can be off grid, AI cannot. Yet,
Right. Right.
yet, because we've all heard the stories of autonomous AI and its self-learning. Uh, that's gonna be something to think about, y'all.
I wanna ask you this, bro. Like,
Uh-huh.
I have a question about, what do you think that capability with these server farms of that immensity, what all could they run? Because there's a company that I encourage people to look up. We've had a few conversations, excuse me, about some of the operations of big rigs and tractor trailers and so on and so forth. There is a company that exists right now that literally runs and operates from what used to be considered uh, a training model. It used to be like, this is so you can kind of get the feel, get the everything from the haptics of it to the sounds, the smells, the all of that. And now
Hmm.
there are people that you may never be the wiser to besides you on the highway. um and no human is actually the operator. They operate in some of these big rigs, some of these aircraft remotely, and they literally may be hundreds of miles away. And I think it's gonna still be another couple of years before people really wrap their heads around that, bro. But what do you think? What else could it run? What is this infrastructure being put in place for, man?
Everything. But yeah, so basically he's Country Dreamin' is saying that there are there's a company that is operating semi trucks, autonomous trucks, and these people come into a room and sit down in a simulator, and they're driving these trucks that may be 3 states away. There's no driver in the truck. It goes, it picks up its load, and then takes it to wherever it needs to be. There is no physical person driving that vehicle. I think also that could power public transportation,
Mm-hmm.
public trains,
Mm-hmm.
and God forbid, airplanes and air traffic control booths, towers, just to name a few. It basically dock workers, which that was the whole thing of the strike, which is it's not over yet, y'all.
Right. Right.
They want to automate these docks. Right. Exactly, prepping with pugs. Right. Uber is already autonomous. I'm sure Lyft is testing it, if not. I would never in my life get in an autonomous vehicle, period. Um,
Right.
I remember back in 2016, a company I worked for literally built the very first autonomous system for Mercedes Benz, to where you had two front seats, two rear seats, and a table in the middle. And the driver's seat could rotate around, and the four could have a conversation while the car is driving itself. At that point of the
Mm-hmm.
game, I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, here comes Tesla and all these other companies with self-driving vehicles, y'all.
Right.
Yeah. Tracy
Right.
K. Right. World Left Behind movie ring a bell? Yeah. Y'all saw the pile up of all the Teslas. Hmm. I'll never
Very
get in.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paul J, I saw your comment. I don't disagree with anything you said. I saw it, and I agree. I'll also add, I forget the vision. Do you remember the name of the big company that's out in the autonomous vehicles that are in New York? They also out in Arizona. There's a viral video from about 3 months ago where a gentleman was on the way to his to the airport. He took one of these, I forget the name of them, but he took one of these autonomous vehicles to get to the airport, and in his hotel parking lot it just started doing circles in the parking lot because it got hung up or whatever, and
Yeah.
he's on the phone with, you
Mhm.
know what I'm talking about.
I saw it. I know what you're talking about. The company. I can't think of the company, but yes, the car had a glitch and it just started driving in circles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
Um, right, Yardbirds. Is it Memorex or AI? Exactly. Rip Curl, good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, exactly, prepping artists. That's what we're talking about. Yes. Um, and we got planes falling out the sky now that have actual pilots in it. Can you imagine an autonomous airplane?
mm-mm.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this: it ain't like they're not already here. Allegedly, uh,
Talk to him.
allegedly, our military has autonomous Black Hawk helicopters. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. My man Dan H, what's going on, my brother?
What Dan say, vision, that will lead to the next Diddy party of other stupid stuff going on in cars, mobile crime. Exactly. And I'm telling y'all, it I'm trying to find me like a 1982 Suburban.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So, the thing is, y'all, just be aware of what's going on around us. And like I always say, listen for what you do not hear. Please. And if you don't understand that, I'll talk more about that at the fireside chat at Bug Out Weekend. It's 7:30. Well, the Horseman ride in 15 minutes. Country Dreaming, I want to thank you for joining me tonight, bro. I'm going to give you the last words on this topic. Turmoil Tuesday, man versus machine. It's growing faster than we think, people.
Well, man, first off, thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate you. It's always uh, a blessing and a great opportunity to be over here with you and your audience to have these conversations publicly. I don't even have a whole lot else to say on the man versus machine, because if people don't take this conversation and go research and look up things themselves, that's on them. But kudos to you and thank you for being willing to publicly have these types of conversations, because until we discuss these types of issues, it really don't register with even me just how many people either don't know. I mean, I think you have an extremely informed audience, but so many
Mhm.
folk out there ain't got the slightest clue about what's really going on, not only with the advancements in technologies, but the changes that they see in their everyday life, and they can't make sense of it because they're not paying attention. Anytime you can bring together some people who not only paying attention but they get it, whatever it is and whatever it is that they getting, they all seem to get it. I think that's a beautiful thing. uh just keep doing what you're doing, brother. Y'all, if y'all don't, I don't like asking people for much, but if y'all haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. Even though he finna dip out, uh, please share the live out so it'll encourage more people to come back and catch the replay if they didn't catch the live show. Because it does matter. It's all kinds of nonsensical, silly shit. I'm sorry, bro. Silly stuff out here to talk about. Uh, this man is bringing y'all information that matters and impacts not only your life today, but your future moving forward. So, if 3, 4, 5 years from now you need a knee surgery and it ain't nobody in the room except you and old R2D2, then just remember you should have caught that One Vision Preparedness live where he was telling you all them years ago that this was our future. With that being said, family, I appreciate you, my brother. I actually got to step down. I got to go address something, check on something. But I thank you for having me. Thank you to everybody in the chat.
Thank you.
Devil Dog, Shad, uh,
Could
Rebecca,
one of my
everybody.
moderators please drop the link to Country Dreaming's YouTube channel? Folks, if you have not subscribed to his channel, you need to do so. Please. And bruh, I want to thank you. I know you got to run, as so do I. But as always, in this conversation we're having tonight, we Country Dreaming and myself, we talk about stuff like this on the phone every other day. And this is a true brother of mine that is a good guy altogether, all the way around, plain and simple. So thank you for joining me, Country Dreaming. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all are amazing.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Absolutely. The Four Horsemen ride in 15 minus 4 in 11 minutes. But before we go, remember this, y'all. Keep on prepping, because your family depends on you and it depends on your life. This is Vision Preparedness. God bless everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.